Alam mo, if you ask people 5 or 6 years ago kung ano yung skincare goal nila, ang sagot niyan usually halos pare-pareho. Glass skin, dewy skin, yung glowing, smooth, parang laging hydrated, and parang ang linis tingnan ng balat. And sa totoo lang, nagigets ko naman why that became popular. Kasi sino ba naman ang ayaw ng healthy looking skin, di ba? Sino ba naman ang ayaw ng mukhang fresh, rested, and well taken care of yung skin? Pero lately napansin ko, may something interesting Parang nagbabago na yung conversation. I just came from a conference and even yung conversation ng mga skincare practitioners, it's not about that anymore. We were talking about skin priming, parang ano ba yung dapat i-improve sa balat. Kasi before, ang goal ng maraming tao was, Dok, paano ako magkaroon ng glass skin? Ngayon, mas malalim na yung tanong. People are starting to ask about skin quality, skin health, how to boost the skin, collagen, prevention, aging well, and even skin longevity. And I think that's a good thing. Because maybe the goal was never supposed to be perfect skin. Maybe the goal is healthier skin that can stay strong, recover well, and age better with time. So today, pag-uusapan natin to ng maayos. Glass skin pa rin ba talaga ang goal? Or are we moving towards something better? Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Gaile. Welcome back to another episode of DERM TALK. Today we're talking about a question na I think a lot of people can relate to. Glass skin pa rin ba ang goal? Kasi for the longest time, parang na-condition tayo to thinking that good skin means flawless skin. Yung walang pores, walang texture, walang redness, walang lines, walang marks, and always glowing. Pero kapag dermatologist ka, and you see real skin every single day, alam mo na hindi talaga ganun gumagana yung balat. Real skin changes. Real skin reacts. And real skin goes through phases. Some days, mas hydrated siya. Minsan naman, mas nagiging dull siya. Sometimes, may hormonal changes, stress, puyat, weather changes, or pwede rin irritation from using skincare products. And all of those things can show up on the skin. So, kung yung definition natin ng good skin is perfect skin, nako, maraming tao ang parating madidisappoint. That is why I think this conversation is super important. Kasi maybe the future of skincare is not about chasing glass skin anymore. Maybe it's about understanding what healthy skin actually looks like. Before we talk about the problem with glass skin, let's be fair first. Glass skin is not a bad concept. Actually, hindi siya masama. Originally, when people talked about glass skin, yung ibig sabihin nila was skin that looked hydrated, smooth, luminous, and healthy. And in that sense, maganda naman talaga yung idea. Sino ba naman yung ayaw ng hydrated skin? That's very good. And a healthy barrier is good. Maganda rin yung natural glow. So, hindi naman natin sinasabi na mali yung goal na gusto mo maging fresh and healthy looking yung skin mo. The problem started when the idea of glass skin became too extreme. What used to mean hydrated and healthy started to become poreless. Wala naman taong walang pores, diba? Biglang andyan na yung flawless, filtered, and perfect. And that's where things became complicated. Kasi kapag ang goal mo is hydrated skin, healthy yun. Ako naman gusto ko din hydrated yung skin ko. Pero kapag yung goal mo na is wala ka ng pores, doon na nagkakaroon ng problema. Kasi normal yung pores, guys. We need it to survive. Our skin needs our pores to survive. And texture is normal. Some unevenness is normal. Hindi naman talaga dapat mukhang edited or filtered yung skin natin in real life. And I think ito yung nagiging issue for many people. Instead of using glass skin as an inspiration, nagiging pressure siya. Parang ang nangyayari kapag di na-glowing yung skin mo all the time, feeling mo may mali na sa sarili mo. Kapag may konting visible pores ka, feeling mo kailangan mo nang ayusin agad. At kapag nakakita ka ng konting texture, parang failure na agad yung routine mo. But in reality, skin is not supposed to look exactly the same way every single day. Some days, mas okay talaga siya, lalo na kapag nakapag-rest ka or maganda yung tulog mo. Some days, hindi. And that does not automatically mean na may mali sa'yo or may mali sa skin mo. And this is where I started seeing a pattern. Especially dun sa mga patients who come in frustrated. Maraming patients sasabihin nila, Dok, ang dami ko nang ginagamit, pero parang hindi pa rin ako glass skin. And then when we go through their routine, minsan sobrang dami na palang nilang ginagamit. May exfoliating toner, may vitamin C na, dinagdagan pa ng retinol, may mga acids pa, may brightening serum, minsan nagmamask pa sila, may peeling product pa na minsan sabay-sabay na. So, ang nangyayari, instead of helping the skin, lalo lang siyang na-overwhelm. And this is one of the most ironic parts of skincare today. Sometimes, people damage their skin trying to make it look healthy. And I know why it happens. Kapag nakita mo online na glowing yung skin ng isang tao, natural mapapaisip ka, ano kayang ginagamit niya? Then pag nalaman mo na, bibilin mo yung product, tapos mamaya may nakita ka ulit na ibang product. Then may bago na naman na active. Then may bagong trend. Then may bagong routine. Before you know it, di mo na alam kung ano-ano yung mga gumagana. Kung ano yung nakaka-irritate. Kung ano yung nagpapalala. So instead of building a routine that supports your skin, you're constantly chasing a look. And sa totoo lang, that can be so exhausting. This is also why I always remind patients that skincare should not feel like panic. It should not feel like every week na lang may kailangan kang palitan, every week kailangan mong subukan. It should not feel like kailangan mong habulin lahat ng trends just to have good skin. Because when your routine becomes too reactive, natural yung skin mo also becomes more reactive. And if your barrier gets damaged, ito pa ulit-ulit natin sinasabi, kahit gaano pa kaganda yung product mo, mahihirapan ka talaga makakita ng result. Kasi yung foundation mismo ng skin mo is already irritated. So when people say, Doc, bakit parang hindi gumagana yung skincare ko? Minsan, ang sagot, it's not that the products are weak. Sometimes, pagod lang talaga yung balat mo. Another thing we have to talk about is social media. Because whether we admit it or not, a lot of our skin goals are shaped by what we see online. And the problem is, most of what we see online, hindi naman talaga siya natural. Siyempre, may lighting yan. Kino-consider natin yung angle. May makeup, filter, editing, may camera quality, may timing. Minsan, bagong gawa pala na treatment or kaka-facial lang. Minsan, gumagamit ng ring light. And minsan, may smoothing filter. So, kapag kino-compare mo yung real skin mo under normal lighting, after a long day, to someone else's curated skin online, talo ka talaga. Not because your skin is bad, but because you're comparing two completely different things. And that is why glass skin became difficult for a lot of people. Not because glowing skin is bad, but because the online version became unrealistic, unattainable. It made people think that healthy skin should look perfect all the time. Pero yung healthy skin talaga is not always shiny. It's not always dewy, not always poreless looking. Sometimes, healthy skin is calm. Sometimes, it's matte. Sometimes, meron din konting texture. Minsan nga, meron din siya mga marks. And most of the time, it's recovering. And that's okay. By the way, if mabot ka hanggang dito, curious lang ako. Kung tatanungin kita right now, ano ang skincare goals mo? Is it glass skin? Acne-free skin? O gusto mo ng anti-aging? Clearer skin? Or just healthy skin overall? Comment mo lang below. I wanna really see what people are actually aiming for these days. So if glass skin is no longer the main goal, ano na kaya yung mas magandang goal? And ito pinag-usapan namin to dun sa conference na pinanggalingan ko. For me and a lot of my colleagues, the better goal is skin quality. And when I say skin quality, hindi ko ibig sabihin na perfect skin ha. I'm talking about how well your skin functions and how healthy it behaves over time. A consensus paper on changing trends, attitudes, and concepts of Asian beauty talks about the 4 quality factors. Skin tone evenness, ibig sabihin yung pagkawala ng pigmentation, redness. Skin texture evenness, ibig sabihin nito yung walang scar or hindi masyadong malaki yung pores. And of course, skin firmness and skin glow. These translate to things like hydration, barrier function, smoothness, elasticity, evenness, recovery, and resilience. Meaning, how well does your skin handle stress? How well does it recover after irritation? How easily does it get inflamed? And how consistent your skin is over time? That's very different from just asking, glowing ba siya? And sa tingin ko, this is a much healthier way and a more achievable way to look at skincare. Because when your goal is skin quality, hindi mo kailangan i-erase lahat ng pores mo. Hindi mo kailangan habulin yung pinaka-shiny na finish at hindi mo kailangan mag-panic every time may isang pimple or mark. Instead, you start asking better questions. Is my skin barrier okay? Pinoprotektahan ko ba yung balat ko from the sun? Am I using products that my skin can actually tolerate? Consistent ba ako sa paggamit ng mga products na to? Am I getting enough restful sleep? Am I doing treatments because they're appropriate for my skin or because they're trending? So itong shift of mindset na to is very important. Because once your goal becomes skin quality, you stop chasing perfection and you start building healthier skin. And this is where the idea of skin longevity comes in. Now, I know the term sounds very trendy, parang isa na namang buzzword ito, but if we explain it simply, skin longevity just means helping your skin stay healthy, functional, and resilient for as long as possible. So, hindi ito about stopping aging. It's not about looking 20 forever. It's not about freezing your face or pretending that skin will never change. Because aging is normal. Skin changes are normal. Collagen changes, elasticity changes, pigment changes, healing changes, oil production changes. Those are all part of biology. But the goal of skin longevity is to support the skin so it can age better. And kung iintindihin mo siyang mabuti, ibang-iba to from the old concept of anti-aging. Kasi anti-aging sometimes sounds like kinakalaban mo siya or you're trying to stop it completely. But skin longevity is more realistic. It asks, how do we help the skin stay strong through different stages of life? So instead of only treating wrinkles when they're there already, we also think about prevention. Instead of chasing glow before an event, we think about daily habits. And instead of doing treatments randomly, we think about a long-term plan. Kaya nga sa totoo lang, sobrang gusto ko tong bagong concept na to. Kasi it's not about panic, it's about strategy. So if we're talking about skin longevity, what actually matters? Sa totoo lang, the answer, it's not always exciting. Hindi siya yung laging newest serum, hindi siya yung pinakabagong treatment, hindi rin siya yung pinaka-trendy na ingredient. Most of the time, it starts with fundamentals. Sun protection, laging sinasabi to, because UV exposure is still one of the biggest drivers of premature skin aging. Barrier support, sobrang importante din because irritated skin will never function well. Sleep, and not just any kind of sleep, kailangan restful sleep. Because alam naman natin that it's when we sleep that we recover and that your skin is connected to your body's repair processes. Lifestyle, because inflammation, stress like smoking or excessive alcoholic beverage intake, poor nutrition, they all affect the skin. And then, appropriate treatments. Hindi lang basta-basta gagawa ka ng treatment dahil uso siya. Meaning, treatments that actually match your skin concern, your age, your tolerance, your timeline, and even your budget. And I know these things don't always sound glamorous. They're not as exciting as a new product launch. They're not as dramatic as a before and after post. But if you do them consistently over time, they matter than most people realize. Because good skin is not built by one product. Hindi din siya overnight. It's built by repeated decisions. It's built by the things na ginagawa mo consistently every day and the treatments you choose wisely when needed. Kaya nga when people ask me, Doc, ano yung pinaka-effective na anti-aging? Yung answer ko usually starts with, of course, sunscreen, skin consistency, and a plan. Not because treatments don't work. Treatments can very much help. But treatments work better when the foundation is already strong. So if you're asking me, Doc, so paano yan? Glass skin pa rin ba ang goal? My answer is, not really. Or at least, not in the way that people used to think about it. Because again, yung goal natin should not be perfect skin. Hindi kinakailangan poreless yung skin mo, hindi kinakailangan mukha kang 20 forever. Again, the better goal is healthy skin. Skin that can recover, skin that can tolerate the right treatments, skin that can adapt through stress, weather changes, hormones, and aging, and skin that continues to function well through different stages of life. And if you build that kind of skin, the glow usually follows. And if umabot ka na hanggang dito, comment mo naman down below. Team glass skin ka ba? Or team skin longevity? I'm really curious where you stand. And if there's another skincare trend that you want me to explain next, leave mo na rin dun sa comments. And of course, lagi ko naman itong sinasabi, if nagustuhan mo itong episode na to, if you found it helpful, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and share it with someone who's still chasing glass skin at all costs. So with that, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.